Sam Acho's top 5 quarterbacks by the end of the season. Patrick Mahomes 1, Aaron Rodgers 2, Tom Brady 3, Josh Allen 4, and Justin Herbert only 1 year out of college at number 5. Marcus Swagoo. Will Justin Herbert be a top 5 quarterback by the end of this year?
It's not far-fetched, man, but no, dude, what? Didn't we just talk about Russell Wilson earlier in this show? Like, what happened to Russell Wilson? Sancho, tell me what happened to Russell Wilson, please. Just let me know what happened to Russell Wilson, and then we could have a conversation going forward.
No, nothing happened to Russell Wilson. And I think Russell Wilson, honestly, on this looks like he could have been like that B, like in that B conversation, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 B. Even you can even flip him if you'd like. No, straight up, I'm so serious. I'm so serious because the thing is, like, so
bro.
yes. So let's start with Justin Herbert. Last year as a rookie, 33 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Last year as a rookie, over 4,300 yards as a rookie. And then now you add in a coach like Brandon Staley. You talk about great coaches, like Brandon Staley coached me. And yes, people talk about he's this phenomenal defensive mind and all these things. That dude played quarterback. So like he approaches defenses. The reason why that LA Rams defense was number 1, the reason why the Bears defense he coached back in 2018 was number 1, or at least he was the outside linebacker coach for, is because he approaches defenses from a quarterback's perspective. And so what he talked about, even in his interviews beforehand, is that he's approaching this relationship as the quarterback-coach relationship as the most important relationship when it comes to winning games. And so you've got a coach like Brandon Staley, sure, defensive mind, but offensive player, number 1. Number 2, Joe Lombardi, what they've talked about is we're going to implement and employ some of these same like New Orleans kind of mismatch systems, how we're going to find and mismatch and exploit it. We're going to do that with the LA Chargers. So we're doing that. And then obviously the phenomenal arm talent that we all talked about. Earlier in the show, you talked about how Justin Herbert is going to be the comparison. We talked about some of these other quarterbacks like Tua. And so by the end of the season, sure, Russell may be in that conversation. I have no issue with Russell. You could even swap him out in some ways for Josh Allen if you would like. When it comes to when the season ends, and this is all said and done, you got top 5 quarterbacks, I do have Justin Herbert in that conversation.
That's why, listen, man. That's why I ain't going to go crazy and get livid because I do see the talent with Justin Herbert. But what makes me go crazy, the fact that we know Russell Wilson is going to play at a top 5 level. Like, unless something catastrophic happens, Sacho. Like, because everything we done watch Russell Wilson's career transpire, it's been top 5 quarterback play. And I know it's like everybody last year. He was leading the MVP race for a large majority of that season, and things fell apart. He had to carry a team with a bad defense. But here's the issue I have with it, though, I guess, right? So Justin Herbert played lights out of his mind. And he was magnificent, and the Chargers can move forward knowing that they have a franchise guy. If you want to even talk about talent, if you want to go talent, Justin Herbert probably has more talent than Russell Wilson as well. Josh Allen has more talent when we talk about arm strength and the things like that. But Russell Wilson does have, I think, the second best deep ball in the league, if not one, to Aaron Rodgers. Russell Wilson has done this at a high level. He is a Super Bowl champion. He does have DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett still there. He has a refortified offensive line. And we know that Russell Wilson is a top 5 quarterback without to put a damn list together. We don't even have to have a list about who the top 5 quarterbacks are if Russell Wilson is not in it. So I get it. I understand that you projected that Justin Herbert, when it's all said and done at the end of the season, may be top 5. I just don't know what warrants that when Russell Wilson is still playing for the Seattle Seahawks. Based on what? Acho, like your hopes and dreams? Like Drake album dropping tomorrow? Is that what you're hoping for? Because we know Russell Wilson is going to be in the top 5 conversation.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.